Thank you, Dean Ramkumar. And before I begin, I just want to give one thank you to my family. I definitely was not the easiest kid to raise in my younger days, so thank you for helping me be the person I am today. And then one other thank you to my beautiful fiance, Ashley Lindeman. I can't wait to marry you in 16 days. Now, one side note is I am not as good at keeping secrets as Kelvin, so they were all aware I was speaking tonight. So anyway, get to my page here. Good afternoon, friends, families, and most importantly, the class of 2023. I heard a quote recently from Tony Robbins that says, "Our lives are shaped in moments of decision." Coming to RIT, choosing our major, choosing a club, showing up to class, and everything in between are all decisions we have made that have helped shaped who we are today. Coming into RIT, I hated school. During my sophomore and junior years of high school, I was a frequent visitor to the office and in-school suspension room, to the extent I actually transferred school districts my senior year. While my behavior changed for the better, I had yet to find any interest in academics. My biggest fear coming to RIT was dropping out, and all I had my eyes on was the expensive slip of paper at the end. RIT and the College of Engineering Technology in particular uncovered a side of me I didn't even know existed, a side of me that genuinely loves to learn. I attribute this not only to the unique hands-on experience we've all received, but also to the connections I've made with both my peers and professors. That person that came to RIT is not the same person sitting here today. For better or for worse, that's for you to decide, but the change is inevitable. 4 years, 8 months, and 17 days ago, the majority of us were sitting in this very room during freshman orientation, knowing nobody and not having the slightest idea of where or who we would be today. Now, if you were like me, you were also wondering what RIT put in these orientation leaders' drinks to make them dance the entire time. Our class in particular had a very unique viewpoint on college life, being the only class to view RIT before and after COVID restrictions. For 2 years, we had to learn from masked professors through plexiglass or a computer screen. It was incredibly challenging and awfully boring at times, but in hindsight, I can say the experience showed our perseverance as a class. As I reflect on my co-op experiences, one observation stands out: the gap between what we learn in school and what we need for our careers. Yes, the technical skills we've learned at RIT will get us the jobs, but it's not the technical skills that are the most valuable. It's the personal growth each and every one of us have achieved during this time. It's the time management. It's the dealing with the professor we didn't quite mesh with. It's the public speaking we had nightmares about. It's the learning to work in a team. It's the learning how to do laundry. It's the learning how to cook as cheap as possible. It's the learning to live on our own. We have learned from our mistakes, and we are emerging from RIT as more resilient, adaptable, and more resourceful individuals. I like to think of my academic career in phases. The first phase for me was high school, similar to a prison, where we're first forced to learn a broad amount of information we typically dislike and forget by now, but hey, it got us here. The second phase is college, where we go down another level and now learn a broad amount of information in a field of our choosing, and then hope to use it in our next phase, our careers, where we finally take our training wheels off and focus on mastering the skills we need to succeed. For those of us that may have not done well in college or even liked college, the good news is we get to reinvent ourselves all over again as we enter the bottom rung of the ladder in the next phases of our lives. Just like I did when I came to RIT 5 years ago, I went from worrying about passing my first semester classes to worrying about writing a graduation speech to represent my class. You don't know what's coming next, but you are resilient, you are adaptable, you are resourceful, and you can handle anything that comes your way. As our names are called to accept our diplomas, let them symbolize the change we have all gone through and the change that is yet to come. Now I expect everyone to be dancing like those orientation leaders tonight as we celebrate the beginning of our new lives. Thank you.